I think before I came to Discover, I expected, having spoken to previous teachers, having spoken to Asier, Miguel Angel, to come to a school that was obviously focused on English teaching, but also had, you know, a lot of underlying values.
I got a really positive energy.
Positivity, in a word.
It's completely different from any other English academy out there because you're not just learning English when you're a student in Discover, and the teachers are trying to help their students reach their full potential in a lot of other ways, and not only linguistically but also developing a moral conscience and just developing as all-round people as opposed to just developing their language skills, which is nice.
It's completely different from my expectations. The classes are routinely invaded by another group of students who want to present something. You can run off with your class into another class and do some kind of crazy game altogether. You really feel like you know all of the students in the school, not only the students in your class, and that's not something I expected at all.
Expectations were blown out of the water just because of how friendly, nice everyone was, how supportive everyone was. Just really nice place.
The support is incredible. With every question I had to ask before I came here, after I arrived, and then in terms of settling into the academy, there was so much support that was given. There was no question that was too difficult or too stupid, and that includes lots of time observing other teachers, but also just getting every question answered from Asier and Miguel Angel.
I think for me, my fondest memory is having the opportunity to develop professionally, specifically getting to speak at the ASEA conference to represent the academy at the ASEA conference in Madrid, which was something that I really wanted to do and was given ample opportunity to do here.
After a couple of months working here, Holly and I were both given some gifts and a card from everyone, all the rest of the staff, and it was just a little secret they planned as a way of just saying, you know, thank you for working here, and it was so unexpected. And yeah, that's also exactly the sort of thing that does happen here, this idea of, you know, if you appreciate someone or something, say it, and it does so much of that idea of positivity coming forward, and I was really touched by that.
I think it's the week of training, the 2 weeks of training, where we got to go on a treasure hunt, and the directors had set up a treasure hunt for us all around Lucena. So we had to go to the park, we had to go miles away to find these clues that they'd gone the night before and hidden for us, and we spent all day, and then eventually ended up in a spa, which was amazing. So yeah, just a really thoughtful, nice thing to be done for us, so yeah.
Firstly, St. Patrick's Day. My first St. Patrick's Day in the academy, and I was the only Irish person working here at the time, and everybody just went all out, including our secretary, the students. Everything was green, the main corridor was decorated green. And you know, I don't tend to get homesick, but that's a day when maybe, because I know all my friends and my family, they're off, they're celebrating at home. So coming to work that day actually turned out to be so much fun, and I loved it.
Someone who has a real desire to take as much as they can to improve themselves. They have an opportunity here to observe other teachers. We really like peer observation, and if you're not really interested in getting involved in that, then you'd be missing out on a big opportunity.
Somebody who is creative, somebody who has a lot of ideas, somebody who really wants to contribute, who's really enthusiastic about teaching English, somebody who sees this as a passion and as a career, as opposed to just a year-long job or a year-long way to travel.
Somebody who sees teaching as a vocation. Maybe not somebody who just wants to move to Spain for a holiday for a year, or because they like Spanish food or they like the sun. Yeah, all these things are great, that's amazing, and of course they're like driving factors for people coming to Spain. But I think in Discover it's a place where you're going to grow massively as a teacher, and I think it'd be a great place to either start out your career as a teacher or to continue developing as a teacher if you feel like maybe you've hit a wall in your career.
Someone who can collaborate and contribute to to the bigger picture, to see what's going on in the school. It's a school where talents are really exploited. If a teacher is pretty good at something, then you can be asked to share it with the students, share it with the rest of the staff. So someone who's really willing to give of themselves and also to get involved with the students as much as possible, because the students are young, they're very lively, and they need a teacher who's also going to have the same kind of attitude.
I think definitely to ask questions. If you've got the support mechanisms here, which you do in Discover, you should definitely always ask questions, and be prepared to ask questions. Don't be scared to sort of. So,
I think that the most important thing I've learned in Discover is never to become complacent in your routines, in the way you approach your classes, that there's always room to improve, there's always room to change, to learn from other teachers, and things like peer observations, head teacher observations have really opened up my eyes to there's so many different ways to take on classes, to take on learners of different levels and age groups.
I think the most important thing that I learned about my own teaching here was that I am constantly developing as a teacher, and it doesn't matter how much experience somebody else has or how little experience another teacher has. You're always learning, you can constantly develop as a teacher, and that was something that maybe I wasn't fully sure about before I started working here.